This is my Tikka T3X in 243 calibre. It's featured in previous videos, but on this one it's going to show you some upgrades. The main one being this Zulus 4K Pro day-night digital recording scope with 1300 yard laser rangefinder built in. I'm waiting to get a throw lever for that to make your focus ring easy to access. Strap your infrared torch on the top there to switch to night mode. And some cheap upgrades which makes a lot of difference for me is this Tikka 4 end grips, a lot wider for my big hands, more grippy, a nice olive green, goes well with a synthetic black stock. I've gone for the vertical pistol grip, also an olive green, nice and grippy, gives you a much better trigger action, so you're pulling straight back rather than up and back. I'm looking to change this out to get the Tikka fixed comb riser there, and I've got this lovely leather and suede hand stitched leather freeway sling. Also upgraded standard 3-shot magazine. Does look better sitting flush in the rifle. However, we've been losing that. I've upgraded to this 5-shot. It still fits nice, still looks nice. Obviously protrudes more with the extra rounds in. So we're going to get this out, check the zero, give it a go. Alright, so we've got the iPhone zoomed in at 24 times. Zeroed the rifle at 100, inputted all the ballistics data. So I'm going to have, I've got these 243 Gecko 105 grain soft tips. The second round, first round is what I've zeroed it in with the Superformance Hornady 75 grain ballistic tip. So what I'll do, I'm going to shoot for the right hand target with the Hornady and the left hand target with the Gecko to see the accuracy difference. Right hand target, 100 yards, 243 Winchester, 75 grain. Left hand target, 105 grain Gecko. Dropped a tad, but 100%, a lot more energy though. Well, that's 100 yards. Let's take it back as far as we can go before we run out of field. It's so important that you use the correct icon, the green square on the left hand side when range finding, rather than the crosshairs itself, especially when shooting at live quarry. 100 yards. It's the same shooting position, same distance, completely different outcome. Right hand target, 100 yards, 243 Winchester, 75 grain. Left hand target, 105 grain Gecko. Dropped a tad, but 100%, a lot more energy though. So this field can only go back as far as 177 yards, which I've just laser range found using the DNT optics. Any further back I wouldn't have a line of sight. So with a built-in laser rangefinder up to 1300 yards, you put your data, input your data into your scope or your app, and it works out the ballistic calculations for it. So what you'll see is a green aim point, which will allow for any, so I don't need to do any hold over. I'm going to video this as well on the old iPhone. With the rangefinder built in, right hand target, already 75 grain. .105 grain gecko, left hand target, 177 yards. That's so low. And those ones look... At this stage I must apologise for my repetitiveness. Just bear in mind I'm recording through 3 different devices. Note the green square icon on the left hand side target. That's what you use for range finding, not the crosshairs. .177 yards. With the rangefinder built in, right hand target, already 75 grain. .105 grain gecko, left hand target, 177 yards. That's so low, and those ones look... So we're shooting off the truck on that brow there. I couldn't go any further because I'd lost my line of sight to the target. So the most I could go was 177 yards. There's potential I could put the target here with that nice backstop and try and shoot from the other field and maybe stretch it out to 200 plus. But here's the results at 177 yards using the ballistic calculator. As we said, the target on the right was my 243 Hornady Superformance, 75 grain. Inputted the data, give me a holdover point. That's bullet on bullet there. Really happy with that. And as for the Gecko 105 grain, well, you got one low and left. Same point of aim here, extremely low and left. The impact, however, it's actually shattered that. I don't know if that was already part broken. But the energy downrange is so different. Such a whack with that one, whereas this is speed and expansion. I'm in a breath of wind in my bloody garden, baking at home. It's a lovely sharp breeze here, but once again, same farm, bloody wind, real hard right to left. I think there's a storm coming in. So you can see the fence in front, that limits me now, I'm up to 200, so I can safely clear the fence in front off the roof of the truck, that is. Same targets, down at 200 yards. I'm going to have 2 shots at the right hand target with these. One more to be sure. Aiming a tad to the right, One more to be sure. Lovely and clear without the zoom. So he was 200 yards that way. That's as far as I'm going to get on here. Seems dead still down range, but up there, I'm telling you, you can see the trees blowing. But using the ballistic calculator, I've shot 2 at this right hand target. Held a tad right for wind. Absolutely spot on that one. In fact, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's those 2. I must have aimed different for windage, but vertical elevation, spot on. Really pleased with that. On a calmer day, we bullet on bullet. Just need to get it back now up to 300, 400 and 500 yards. See you next time.